Although, oh, Jesus, I didn't mean to do that. I'm so sorry. I am so very, very sorry. I meant to hit the X button. So these are pretty low-level residences still. But I did just unlock the creation for fire departments and police departments. And again, I'm going to want to place them towards my main roads to help increase their coverage. Although now I have next to no cash. But that's okay. As you can see, there isn't too much of an issue with crime at the moment, even though I imagine most of these guys do want police coverage. So I have to wait until I get up to $12,000 to start doing that. And do I have anything else? No high school, no incinerator plant, nothing of the sort like that. Not yet, at least. But I imagine it's coming. Alright, so now I'm getting a few buildings. Oh, not even these guys. It's telling me that I'm getting a few buildings leveling up. Even though it's not really showing me a bunch of buildings leveling up. Like, well, this one did. There's not too much industrial demand yet. And it seems like most of this is industrial processing as opposed to the planting of trees, which is what I prefer to see. Alright. So now comes the point where I either just wait it out until I can throw down a police station, or I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the loans I can take. So I can take a $20,000 loan, and the interest isn't too bad on that, 5%. I think I'm going to take that, just because it's going to help me get myself underway a lot faster. There we go. So that should make people much more willing to upgrade their houses. And now, to help increase capacity... Oh, really? I can't drag it past it now? That's annoying. Alright, see if I can't do it now. Alright, now I can. It's really weird. Kind of incongruent. So 1, 2, 3, 4. About every 4 I like to have a 4-wide lane going through just to keep things connected. Usually 6, but at this point traffic is still pretty low. So it's not time for the 6 wide lanes, not just yet. However, I do need to start taking a little bit of stuff out here and there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This one would be the next line to go. But for now, I'm just going to do that. And then I'm going to connect this further through here. Or not, I guess. Whatever. That's fine. But what I am going to do is I'm going to start filling in even more residences. And as you can see, the pollution that was really prevalent in this area is actually now all gone. Even though I apparently don't have quite enough employees for what I want. Now I also have these buildings starting to unlock. Statue of Wealth, Statue of Industry, and Plaza of the Dead. Did I actually unlock... no, I don't even have a cemetery unlocked yet, so I can't even look at that. But I can start looking at industry if I want. And it seems like I have a building on fire. But I believe, yeah, my fire trucks are able to jump on that relatively quickly. Now I just need to clean up the building and everything should be fine. Now it doesn't look like they're able to put much in the way of trees down there. Oh, but we just hit another quick little thing. And that does give me more money. And given that I now have more cash, time to pay back that loan. So now I also need to expand my water infrastructure. Hadn't realized. And I could buy another 2 square kilometers of land. I think I might have unlocked 2 of those. But for the moment, I would only really want to... Actually, I don't even want to expand at this point. I still have a lot of land area to cover in this area. And I have a lot of upgrades to give to this area before I want to even start concerning myself with branching out. The only reason I might consider branching out would be to build another highway connection to my city. which means that my natural expansion will probably be over here on this side, unless I want to do it over here on this side. And it's saying that I need an outside connection over here, but I really don't, because I'm really just not connecting myself in that direction just yet. If I start to expand this direction, I will, though. And it would also be nice to get this area down here, not only because it would give me a potential highway connection, but because of the general forestation of this area. Not only that, but I see that this is potentially the area where I would get my sea connection. So that's actually probably a lot better than this area, which is just very straight. At the same time, however, the side of this area has a lot of forestation too, which is good for the timber industry. Okay, so now comes an awkward spot where I really do want to push through and create this 4-lane wide road, but at the same time I don't want to destroy all this industry. Now I think I can do this in a way that won't destroy this industry. So first and foremost, when you take out these roads, these areas will no longer have their proper zoning attributed to them because they no longer get supported by those roads. Now, if I move this through here, yes, it's just going to destroy the one side, which is unfortunate in the short term, but it's something that can very easily be fixed. I can pretty much just place this down if I want and make it a stubby zone for a little bit before I move it out. Now the unfortunate part is that I put this garbage dump right here, and I'm going to need to empty it before I'm going to be capable of potentially moving my roads out further. So we're going to go ahead, throw this down further out, throw down another garbage dump out here, which unfortunately does move it pretty far away from this area, but it's kind of necessary in the short term until I at least get incinerators. Now, I don't have the ability to empty it, or is that just because I didn't have another facility before? Yeah, oh, okay, there we go. Now I have the ability to empty it, because now I have another working facility. Awesome. That's perfectly fine in my opinion. I just need to get this stuff over to here, and then I can delete this, move this road back a little bit, and give this industry a little bit more space. Now, that being said, they're not working on expanding the industry very hard. They could be doing a lot more towards that end. So, I think I'm going to want to just start expanding my roads this way, and maybe start putting down population centers up here. The only problem with that is that most of my service buildings are over here, and those are giving good coverage. Oh, wow, actually, my elementary school, I'm in need of a new one, it would appear. And I also don't have a high school yet. So, we're going to have to save up for a little bit, and hopefully get to throw those down a little bit later on. Now, for the moment, there are some things I could do. Like, if I wanted to, I could expand this classification down through here. Oh, there we go. Facility empty. I can now destroy this baby. Perfect. I'm going to go ahead and move all that stuff out, which I understand, short term, it's going to cost me a bit. So that's 4. Got the coverage right there. Go ahead, expand it. And I'm hoping, yeah, that's covered properly. I'm considering expanding that pretty far out. I'd love at least like 2 more of those little local areas to be woodland industry. Let's go ahead, expand this out. Another 2 monikers. Then we'll go ahead, place one of these down, and one of these down. And I think those have water coverage. Yeah, they do. Awesome. Now I can just throw down the industry. They'll start growing it themselves. I could also throw down more residential. Although now it's actually looking like I need more electricity. So we're back over here. And I want 8. I don't want 7. Are all these 7? Because I was led to believe that all these were 8. That is horrifying. That is saddening. Looks like there are plenty of places with 8, but this unfortunately is no longer one of them. It might just because I'm overutilizing it, or could be a few other cases, I'm sure. But for the moment, 7 is acceptable. It's not what I want. I want more, but I'm willing to live with it. And they're cheaper than coal plants. I believe actually that coal plants are more costly even. Yeah, 80 for 7 versus 560 for 40. Okay, so now it would appear I could actually use some more commercial land. But you can also see that I have deep demand for more residential, which I do really wish I could fulfill, but it's not quite working too well right now. And I have new services. I can throw down parks, which increase the land value. I will go ahead and throw down one park, right? You know what? I need to get rid of these excess power connections. Oh dear. Really? I'm pretty sure I can work my power connections in. Yeah, right over here. That's what I want. Bam. There we go. Now everybody should be fine. Actually, that also means I can delete these. But I also need to marquee these guys back into having property. I also want more commercial. So commercial is very good. Oh, I have my first abandoned building. Wonderful. It looks like I'm probably going to have a large defection of my industry. It's not too big of a deal, but it would be nice to keep things a bit cleaner. Still, if my city mostly wants residential and commercial at the moment, I don't have too many issues with something like that. Now, I suppose before I jump to expanding in that way, I need to start throwing down educational buildings. 24,000. Alright. It's expensive as all hell, but it should lead to the residential buildings in the area upgrading, meaning that there's more people in them, they'll pay more taxes per person. It'll all over just be kind of good. So healthcare provision is decent throughout this area. It looks like I could use more fire services down through here, and that might be some of the reason why these guys are leaving en masse. And it looks like police coverage is also decent enough to not warrant any huge problems, at least. I'm surprised so many of these guys are coming down through here. I figured they would mostly be going up through this way. Although I suppose the exporters have to come back at some point. That's true. And I might also be importing logs. I'm not sure. Because I have a lot of timber industry, technically speaking, but it is fairly technical. Alright, so I need even more power to continue my expansion. But it's really nice to be able to build it in those small installments as opposed to, you know, paying a whole bulk purchase price for a coal power plant. I suppose that's one of the big differences, though, between wind turbines and coal power plants. Wind turbines cost a lot more to put up, even though their upkeep is lower, whereas coal power plants, you can throw one of those down for the price of about a little bit more than 3 wind turbines, and they produce far more than 3 wind turbines would. Okay, so we are starting to see some upgrades, which is really, really good. And apparently I actually need more educated workers. So this is coming at a really good time, having this high school built up. Although it is not enough. Although I'm surprised that it's getting such a little amount of reach. I suppose it's because I don't have enough... Oh, wow, wait, what? I now have enough elementary school? Okay, I'm officially a little bit confused about that. Because it said I was at 300 of 300 a while ago on that elementary school. Although it seems like that high school is getting pretty close to capacity in and of itself. But I'm about to need to start expanding. And unfortunately, I'm still using low density residential, low density commercial, and all that. It's really a lot nicer to be able to throw down the high density stuff.